Hi, I'm Lynn McGuire with WinSim. Today I'm going to show you how to build and expand your flow sheet using Design 2 for Windows. This flow sheet is a single stage expansion of a light hydrocarbon stream. First, the feed stream is cooled through a feed chiller and any liquids are removed with a vertical separator. The vapor is expanded and the liquids separated using the second vertical separator. First, we are going to start a new flow sheet by selecting New in the File menu. The new drawing dialog will show up on the window. Select US mode and then select the paper size C. Then click OK. Save changes? No. You'll now have a blank window in which to draw your flow sheet. Drawing a flow sheet is controlled by the toolbox. The toolbox is a resizable tool palette used for drawing streams, text, equipment, drawing elements, tables, and graphs. The toolbox is composed of 14 tools. Use the selection tool, a left-leaning arrow, to select an item or regions of items for cut, copy, paste, redraw, zoom, etc. Use the stream tool, a pencil leaning right, to draw streams, and the text tool, a T, to type information on the flow sheet. Place equipment symbols using the equipment symbols. Now click on the Specify menu and select Account and Title. The General Data Account and Title dialog box appears. Move the cursor to the title box and click on it. Type Expander Plant and click OK to close the dialog box. Now let's select and place the equipment symbols. First, click on the columns header on the toolbox to minimize that equipment symbol group. Then click on the desired equipment type header, heat exchangers. Use the scroll bar to view more heat exchanger types if necessary. For our example, select heat exchanger 1 as the first piece of equipment. Drag the equipment symbol from the toolbox to place it on the drawing. If the initial placement of equipment item is not satisfactory, you can move it to selection mode is the best way to move this around. To move an item, click on it. The outline becomes dashed instead of solid. Drag the equipment to a new location and move the mouse button and release the mouse button. You may click anywhere inside the item. You don't have to click on the symbol outline to select the item. To delete the item, click on it using the right mouse button and select Delete. I'll just drag another one on there. Repeat the previous steps to place additional equipment. First, click on the heat exchanger header to compact the heat exchanger symbol group. Next, click on the pressure change to expand the equipment's pressure group. And the first thing we're going to do is select Flash 1 for the separators. So grab a separator and we'll put it on there, right there. And then we'll select Expander and put it up over here. And then we'll grab another Flash 1 for a vertical separator and put it right there. Next, we will add the streams to the flow sheet. To draw a straight line stream, first click on the pencil icon. In the toolbox, the cursor changes to a pencil angled to the left. To begin drawing a stream for our example, position the pencil to the far left of the heat exchanger. Then draw a line to the left side of the snap point on the heat exchanger. The stream will automatically stop drawing once you have crossed over the snap point. There it is. There's your first stream. Next, we will draw a stream from the heat exchanger to the first separator. The dashed lines will disappear. Once you've drawn that stream, the dashed lines will disappear and a stream label appears near the stream. Note that the line arrow will automatically be added to the stream in the direction the stream was drawn. You can place additional arrows in the streams or remove any arrows that you do not want to see on the drawing. Streams are numbered in the sequence you draw them. These can be changed if desired. Position the pencil on the stream and double-click left mouse button. Or you can click on the right mouse button on the stream and get a pop-up menu with properties on it to select. The stream dialog will appear. Just the stream name and the stream number are set at this dialog. Type in a new, all you have to do is type in a new number, then click on OK. The stream number has now been changed to 11 and automatically updated on the flow sheet. Let's go ahead and change it back to number 1. A warning message will appear if the number is already in use. Please note the program will use the stream number and equipment number connections to set up the topology for flow sheet simulation. Also, please note that the program will use the direction of flow arrows to determine the flow sheet topology and calculation order in the simulation. Now draw a stream from the exchanger to the flash F2. Click at the top of flash F2 and draw the stream upwards after you've done such. Now we click at the top of the stream and we're going to draw a stream over to the expander. Notice how we just curve the stream where we wanted it to curve at. Then we will draw a stream from the expander over to the left side of the vertical separator. Now that stream is just hanging there in empty space. So what we're going to do is draw another stream right to it. It'll automatically connect and then draw, and it'll all become stream number 4. And we'll draw a stream coming out of the separator, coming over here to the left, and that'll be one of the product streams for the flow sheet. Then we'll draw a stream down here, and that'll be the second product stream, a liquid stream coming out of the separator. And the same thing will come back and do the same thing with the stream coming out of the bottom of the first separator. Now we will specify the feed stream for the process. So go back to stream number 1, double click on it. First thing we'll do is click on the use specified temperature and pressure in the stream initialization group box. And we will set the temperature to be 90 degrees F. We will set the pressure to be 980 PSIG. Just drop the dimensional units list box and select PSIG instead of PSIA. Next thing we'll need to do is set up the component select. The components are selected for the entire flow sheet and are the same for all streams and equipment modules. Click on the Components button to bring up the Component dialog. You can also pull down the Specify menu and select the Components menu item to get the Components dialog from there also. For our example, select the following components: methane, component ID number 2, ethane, component ID number 3, propane, component ID number 4, normal butane, component ID number 6, normal pentane, component ID number 8, and normal hexane, component ID number 10. Components are added to the end of the list in the component selected box. You can use the to top button or the to end button after selecting a component to move to the top or the bottom of the list respectively. To delete a component from the list, click on it, then click on the delete button. Click OK when done to save the component selections you have made. Next, click on the use specified. Next, select component molar flow rate from the flow rate specification box. Click on the empty box, and we're going to start putting in some molar flow rates. For methane, 6,100 pound-moles per hour. For ethane, 500 pound-moles per hour. For propane, 200 pound-moles per hour. For normal butane, 100 pound-moles per hour. For normal pentane, 100 pound-moles per hour. Oops, and I clicked on OK. And normal hexane, 70 pound-moles per hour. A total of 7,070 pound-moles per hour. Now you can click on OK. And we have specified this flow sheet with a feed stream. Note that while you're entering those flow rates for the feed stream, that just clicking on the down arrow will automatically move you through the list box. So we're going to click on OK. Oops. Go back to click on that. There we go. Okay. Now we'll enter the equipment specifications. For the feed chiller, we'll double click on it and we'll go ahead and say the temperature out of the feed chiller is going to be minus 35 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to have 0 pressure drop, no utility fluid, and the stream out is automatically set to stream number 2 for you. For the for the first vertical separator, the specification is a duty of 0 and a 0 pressure drop. Everything else is the same. It's set to streams 3 and 7 automatically for you for the vapor product and liquid hydrocarbon product stream. For the expander, we're going to set the pressure out to be 275 psig. And for the efficiency to be 0.80, much better than default 0.72. The second separator, we're going to set that also be a 0 duty and a 0 pressure drop. And check that the outlet streams have been automatically set to 5 and 6. The last thing we need to do is go ahead and specify our thermodynamic methods. For this model, we would go ahead and use Ping-Robinson, and Ping-Robinson is the default for the equilibrium K values and the vapor and liquid enthalpy methods. The density methods, we'll use Yin-Woods for both the vapor and the liquid. So we now have fully specified this flow sheet. So before we run it, we're going to go ahead and save it. We're going to save as and just type in expander. And clicking in expander, it tells us that expander.psd already exists. Do you want to replace it? And we'll say yes. So now let's go ahead and run it. We clicked on Design 2, popped Design 2 calculation engine dialog for us, and then it ran very quickly, and then it gave us a simulation summary. Now the simulation summary gives us the index of flow sheet calculations, gives us all warning and error messages, and then it allows us to view results in a spreadsheet with 7 different options. The first thing it told us was, did the flow sheet converge? And yes, it did. The solution has been reached. If it did not converge, then it would tell us something in the order of solution not reached. So if we want to see any page of the printout, we can just say, we can just say double click on the system variables, and we're going to get system variables, which are, in this case, is a list of the 6 components and what those components' properties are. To move up and down the viewer, just use page up, page down, or else you can use find or go to any specific page. Like here, we can go to stream summary, and we can look at all the streams and look at all the data that is with each stream. For more details, there are individual stream details pages also. Close the output file by clicking on the file menu and selecting close, or click on the X. The simulation summary, if you have Microsoft Excel, you can transfer your results to Excel by clicking one of the 7 buttons in the View Results in Spreadsheet group, such as now all your information was just moved over to Excel for you to view in several sheets. You can also perform additional calculations or create graphs and reports to meet your needs and specifications. When you have finished reviewing the Design 2 results, click on the OK button. You can also review equipment and stream results from the flow sheet by using the View Results button for each equipment. So if we got that, we can just go to the results. There's the calculation results. There's the calculated results for that piece of equipment. So anyway, this is a brief review of Design 2 for Windows. It is now a good thing for you to download the software and install it on your computer and start using it. Take a look at some of our 300 sample flow sheets that we ship with the software. Thank you very much.